So with this video, I felt as though I wanted to take the time today to talk about what I feel are some of the problems in the Naruto manga lately, and why a lot of people have just been not really either enjoying it or just feeling in a way as though it's not as epic as it used to be. I wanted to take the time now to make this video and kind of address some of the issues of what's happening in Naruto lately. A lot of people have been having a lot of complaints regarding the fight with Naruto and Obito right now, and pretty much just what it's been doing for the past few months regarding this fight with Naruto and, the Shinobi Alliance versus Obito, the Ten Tails, Madara, etc. And off the bat, I'm gonna definitely say that I think one of the problems with this fight and what's been going on definitely is that it feels very similar to what happened with Nagato, when Naruto pretty much, had their battle, and then it was kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna forgive you, and he talked to him and kind of talked him out of it. And I think where it lies, the problem is that he did this before, and it's not that, because we know that Naruto really isn't the type I want to kill, and it's been over and over said that he wants to change the cycle of hatred in the Shinobi world. So by doing that, he has to pretty much go this route. He has to try to talk some sense into Obito, and I think that it's making it feel as though, wow, we already kind of saw this, but this is the direction that was led from the start. Naruto wanting to change things without having the same cycle of hatred over and over and over. Let's just say Naruto went in there and it's like, you know what, Obito? I'm going to pull this Rasengan out. No, I'm going to pull a Rasen Shuriken out, and I'm going to cut off all of your ligaments and put you in a cell. That would feel like, yo, it's just going to bring the cycle of hatred even further. Some people are going to feel like, yo, that man was unjustified. He should have been, there will always be somebody that'll be like, what the fuck? There will always be somebody that'll get angry about something, especially something like that. And I think that the direction that it had to be taken regarding this fight was that. It had to be that Naruto was more mature, and instead of having the anger, because we've seen over and over, the whole point of everything that's led up to this is that he's putting a stop to the anger and hatred, putting a stop to revenge. Okay, you killed my people, I'm going to kill you, and so on and so forth. And in order to do that, he has to approach it in this manner. Am I saying it's the greatest manner or something like that? No. Definitely, I feel as though that's what's been bugging me lately. It feels as though we've seen this before. But unfortunately, this is where I feel as though, for the most part, it needed to go regarding this. It had to be done like this. Otherwise, it would just feel as though, well, so Naruto, all that stuff about, doing things in a peaceful manner was bullshit. But at the same time, it feels as though the villain shouldn't have been like this. I feel as though, again, a big problem with it is that the way Obito is reacting, having these regrets now. Because I remember, I forget which character it was, but somebody told Naruto at one given point, yeah, you changed Nagato with your words. You changed them. But the problem with that is that while Nagato could be changed, that man under the mask, he's not like Nagato. He just purely wants destruction. He doesn't care. He's not like Nagato. You won't be able to talk him out of it. Obito shouldn't have any sort of feeling of what Naruto's saying, because it should have been like, while Naruto wants to change things and this is the right direction for him to do it, the villain shouldn't want to change. And again, we still don't have the complete conclusion to it right now where we're at. Pretty much we're at the cliffhanger of whether Obito's going to say, yeah, I changed my mind. But I think that in order to stay intact with what was previously set up, Obito needs to say, fuck that, no, I'm not changing, and stick to his initial drive and his initial goal and what he originally was. Because a lot of people like to joke that he was originally different. It's almost as if we had two different villains. When he had the mask on, he was more ruthless. And I agree, he was a lot more of a different character when he had the mask on. He was more vicious. He was more just spiteful and angry. And while he took it off and he still kind of has a lot of that anger, it feels as though we were exposed more of him. We learned more about his reasoning behind a lot of these things. And the Rin thing stressed over and over and over is one of the things as well that brought out a lot of people saying, well, fuck, we get it. You loved Rin and this is what drove you. And it just felt very repetitious, a lot of this stuff. And again, I'm trying to point out why people have been lately just not loving the Naruto manga. I wouldn't have bought in this volume if I didn't love Naruto. This just came out. So it's not that people all of a sudden don't love Naruto anymore. I think it's just mainly what's been going on. It feels as though we've seen this over and over. And not only regarding the Nagato thing, just these exchange of words that Naruto has been saying to Obito. It's been said for countless chapters already. Now, regarding Obito, I feel as though the question as well is there any redemption at this point for the character as far as the fans go? Can people be, at this point, changed or swayed to say, well, Obito isn't as bad as we thought? I'd say there's a possibility, but the possibility is all depends on what the character does from here on out. he's right now been offered, yo, change your mind. You could come to the good side. You can be with us, and you can be a good guy and redeem yourself for everything you've done. But he needs to, in order to, I feel as though, feel genuine again and feel like, yes, this is the villain that started it all, he needs to pretty much do something right then and there and say, no, I'm not. I'm sticking to my resolve, and my resolve is fuck the world, fuck the Hidden Leaf. And that's mainly the thing that I feel as though in order for him to get some sort of redemption, he definitely needs to stick to his guts and do that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what, Obito has done a lot regarding the world and what he's been doing for years and years and years. It's just the fact of the matter right now, when you find out his reasoning and everything, it's just like, dude, what the fuck already? You know, why are you switching up? You were supposed to be different from Nagato. Nagato changed up because Nagato was honestly a good person that just really wanted to change the world. Obito just wanted to see the world burn. But then when we took off the mask, he's very indecisive regarding what he wants. And I think in order for him to be a bit redeemed, is he needs to fully stick to his resolve and say, fuck it, and right then and there, do something that's just gonna shock everyone. Like, just imagine right then and there he ripped off Naruto's arm or some shit and said, I told you, I'm sticking to my resolve. People would go crazy and say, holy shit, you know, that's some good stuff. And again, that's just people wanting more out of this villain that started it all. Because this is the climax, and I feel as though when we've seen something similar, people, they want something even more. You always got to try to top what you did last. And the last big battle was with Nagato. So now going into this fight with what seemingly is the final villain, Obito, you want it to be even bigger than what happened. You want it to be that the exchange of words of Naruto trying to talk some sense into these people isn't going to work. It's not. We want more of, well, shit, that's not going to work this time. And then the villain is even grander and does something even bigger. So I feel as though the main problem with the Naruto manga lately is the simple fact that, first of all, a lot of repetition. We've seen a lot of the same words and dialogue exchanged over and over regarding Naruto and Obito, and just like, you know, well, you should change. And it feels as though we've seen it to a point where it's almost moot. We get it. Let's just move on from those exchange of words and somebody come up with, like, this is what I'm sticking to, my resolve. Naruto, of course, he's sticking to his resolve at the end of the day. No, you need to change. And Obito's like, well, I want to change, but no, I'm not going to change. So it's like, I think the biggest problem in essence is Obito himself. Stick to the resolve that you had initially and go through with it all the way. To be honest, I feel as though since we already had this type of exchange before with Nagato, it probably would have been best to handle this in a different way, where they never even got to this point to be able to exchange words and try to talk him out of this, and pretty much Naruto and Obito fought to the point where Obito just couldn't take it no more, and he actually defeated Obito, and Obito just died from Naruto being able to take him out. I think that would have been a better approach than kind of like him trying to sway him like, no, you're not like this, because yeah, we do know that Obito is very regretful. He wanted to be like Naruto when he was younger, but he hasn't been like that in a long time. And I think that that's the main thing, where it's like Naruto is changing him once again, and we've seen this with Pain. It's just very, I guess the best thing to put it is Obito, it's repetitious of what we've seen before. I think at this point everybody is pretty much hoping for Madara to come in and pretty much be the one guy where that's not going to work on him, because I just don't see Madara, well, Orochimaru as well, but I really don't see Madara being talked out of his ideals and whatever he is planning by Naruto. So I think at this point, that's one of the things people are betting on as well. Is like, well, Obito seems to be like he could be swayed. Hopefully Madara fills in the void, and that's definitely one of the things in the Naruto manga right now. And those are probably the problems in the Naruto manga right now for the most part of what's going on with this arc. Let me know what you guys think though. What do you think as far as the Naruto manga right now? What is the problems within it? Again, this is just me pointing out what I see are some of the flaws of what's going on right now, and why people just aren't absolutely loving it, and why you're not getting those crazy reactions of me going crazy. It's because I feel as though mainly we've seen a lot of this before, and I think I just want something a little bit different regarding turn of events of what happens. But we still got some time. We still got to wait and see what Obito says, what Madara's up to, Sasuke, Orochimaru. Still a lot of possibilities to go, so we still got some time. And I'm not saying like the Naruto manga, I hate it. You know, I love it still. It's just the fact of the matter of what's going on right at the particular moment. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for some epic shit to come in Naruto. Hopefully, after this exchange with Obito, and once Obito's out the picture, we get some more epic shit, because I don't think Sasuke is gonna be a good guy. I still don't see it. I don't see him hanging out and drinking a beer with Kakashi. Same thing with Orochimaru and Madara. Well, we'll have to wait and see with that. I'm Forever World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.